Who is this show really trying to help? And what do I mean when I say small business anyway? We're going to tackle that today.
Don't drag your heels and tell me you're running. Don't run me around and say I'm a square. Don't serve me dirt and say it's delicious. Just do better. Just do better.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bulmer. This is Be Real, Do Better, the small business marketing show. It's a program designed to help the select few entrepreneurs and people in small business who are brave enough to truly set themselves apart in an authentic and sustainable way so that they can get as much significant return on investment of their time and resources in their marketing as you possibly can. When I say small business, what do I mean by that? Well, I can think of some people that are in businesses that crank out millions of dollars in revenue every single year that might not like being referred to as a small business. But I might call them that if they satisfy the criteria that I'm going to share in a moment. On the other end of the spectrum, there are all kinds of individuals that I know that might not necessarily consider what they're doing to the stage of a business. But at both ends of that scale and a whole host of them in between, I would suggest that there are some real common challenges that are shared among people who I would consider small businesses, people in small business, or entrepreneurs. So maybe to define it a little bit clearer and who I'm trying to help with this, maybe I can say it this way. If you're publicly traded, you're not a small business in my eyes. If you are employing an agency to outsource the placement of your advertising and your marketing outreach, you're not a small business as far as I'm concerned. Basically, I consider you a small business regardless of how many employees you have or do not have or what your annual sales are or are not. You're a small business in my eyes if there's somebody on site who can make a decision today and things can start happening. Because if not, you're not a small business, or you are, but you're not a very effective one. I'm not here to try to help, at least in this particular area related to marketing and advertising, businesses that say decisions can't get made in less than a fiscal quarter because you need 5 different C-level executives to sign off, or there's a hierarchy of policies and procedures and a choke point that goes through HR. No, I'm talking about a business where there's a culture where an individual or a group of individuals can sit down today, start making decisions, and start taking action. That's what I consider to be a small business. The commonality, whether you are cranking out millions of dollars in revenue and you have several hundred employees, but you're still a privately owned business, versus the solopreneur, the sole proprietor, or just 2 or 3 people on the team, that the common struggle related to doing effective marketing and getting a solid return on your time and the resources that you invest in it is, it's a people issue. It's about process and productivity. That what I've seen over and over and over is that marketing gets sacrificed. It's a tougher thing to quantify when you put effort into it. And I think there are a lot of reasons to that, or for that, but bigger businesses, on the upper end in terms of revenue and employees of the small business scale struggle with this. Individuals just starting out struggle with it. And the other thing that they struggle with is really understanding who they are and how to communicate that. We keep falling into the same traps of our ads looking, sounding, feeling pretty much the same as everybody else in our space. So that's who I'm trying to work with this particular show, and trying to help with the marketing efforts. Now, there are other areas where if you're in a larger corporate environment, I bet I could help as far as a speaker and a coach, and work on some of the things that I coach people on with navigating change and mindset and personal growth. But this particular show is about getting a better return, improving the results of your marketing and advertising for small businesses. So now when I say small business going forward, hopefully this has given you a better context for what I mean by that. And you've either hung with me or long since turned me off accordingly. So the takeaway from this episode, I'd like you to ask yourself, how do you feel about marketing as it relates to your business? And could you be doing it better? Or could you be better at it? Just look at the marketing that you've done so far and look at those around you they don't even necessarily have to be in your industry category. But rather than looking at it or listening to it from the standpoint of somebody else in business, a fellow marketer, or someone else in the same industry category, what if you can just evaluate it objectively and honestly as a consumer, as a human being? How does the messaging make you feel? Are you even paying attention to it? Force yourself to pay attention to some of the signs you see, the ads you hear, the ads that come on the television that pop up in your social feeds. Look at them, read them, listen to them, and ask yourself honestly, how do they make you feel? If they make you feel great, you're probably not going to enjoy this show very much going forward. But that's your homework assignment for today. If you like this episode, please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube or listening on iTunes. If you're watching or listening anywhere else, please share it with somebody else that you think that this might help. For more free marketing help, please visit BeRealDoBetter.com. From there, you can do a number of things. So for instance, you can sign up to get my free marketing help email updates. You can also download my free guide from there. It's called Better Marketing Results in 3, 2, 1, Go. 3 things that I recommend you stop doing right away, 2 things to start, 1 magic measurement to help you see if you're on the right track or not, and the 1 thing that absolutely has to go in order for any of that to work. You can download that PDF guide absolutely free at that email address, at that web address, BeRealDoBetter.com. I'm really establishing credibility here, aren't I? You'll also find a link to a video that teaches you more about the 4 essentials of effective small business marketing and how to get a free personalized marketing assessment from me. Get access to all of that at BeRealDoBetter.com. Why not go there now and share it with a friend? Thanks so much for watching and listening. I'll be back with another episode tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kevin Bulmer reminding you to just be yourself and keep growing.